In this video, we're going to add links to the page so we can finish the hyper poem. And with the links, it'll become a little bit more interactive than it is now. Right now, it's sort of static. And we're going to explore different ways to represent the poem in different ways. The first link that I'm going to add is going to be to the byline. I'm going to select the name of the author, Robert Frost. And rather than just giving the user a link to Wikipedia, I've opted to find another page. So I've clicked on and found the poets.org society, and here's a biography of Robert Frost, his picture, achievements, etc. Other cool stuff that you can read about him. Going to highlight the URL to this page. It's all completely blue. In my browser, I use Chrome. I'll right click on that and copy. And now my URL is in my clipboard. When I go back to Dreamweaver, I've already done the highlighting of the author's name. In the link box inside the properties, make sure that you have your properties box open. If for whatever reason you don't see it, be sure to go to the window menu and find properties to have them open. Make sure that you're in HTML properties as well. I'm going to right click inside of that link box and paste my URL. I'll press enter to accept that. As soon as I do that, the link is now underlined, and that is just the universal way of the computer telling us this is a link. Before I move on to something else, I'm going to make sure that my link is also targeting a blank target. That is in the target box. Target is blank. What this will do is that when a user clicks on the link, it will open up a new tab in his or her browser, and then the information will be presented to them. And that way, if they close that window, then my window is still open and they're still inside my website. This link is what's called an absolute link. That means that it's absolutely going to a page in the internet. It's got the HTTP, or in this case HTTPS. The S is for secure. And it's going to travel outside of our files, inside of our little folder where we have only so far a few folders and a few files. If you had not included the HTTP part of the link in here and you only had the website, so it would be www or even just poets.org, etc. If you didn't have that, then Dreamweaver and browsers in general would just mistake this for a relative term, or rather a relative link, which is not. This is an absolute link. This is going to take us outside of our website and go somewhere else. I'll put back that information in there. And I will add another absolute link because it doesn't all have to be about information. What if maybe for just a second you wanted to highlight some different term? In my case, I'm going to highlight yellow wood, and I'm going to go into Google and do a search for this very poem that I'm dealing with. In this case, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And I'll click on images and find an image that sort of represents those yellow woods. Here's maybe one right here. It's somebody's blog already. This person took this road, however, but that's okay. I'll click on view image, and this is actually a rather large image, and that's okay. I'll just I'll click on the URL for the link and copy this as well. Right click copy or Control C to copy. I'll go back into Dreamweaver and I'll add that link below. Just paste it and press enter to accept it. It's now underlined. It's taking it somewhere else, and I'll put in target blank. And you could go on and add all kinds of links to pictures or other pages. As simple as that. Dreamweaver gives you some other options that you could use. I'm going to undo my actions. Just I'm pressing Control Z to go back a couple of steps to where there is no link. I will highlight yellow wood again. I already have my URL copied, so I won't go back to the page to look at it. But I can tell it to insert a hyperlink, and then I get a box where the information is a little bit more extensive. I have my text that's highlighted, it's yellow wood. At this point, I could actually choose to change that text so that the poem read differently. my link, I could either add a relative link by browsing into my folder, but since this is an absolute link, I'm going to just right click and paste. My target, which I could have done here, I can just highlight and say blank. Title, this is going to be the alternative text. I could put in here the road someone took, for example, or anything else that you wanted. Access key and tab index are for other accessibility options that we may discuss later, but not quite yet. I'll click OK, and now my Yellowwood has been added with a link. If I were to save this and actually put it on my file, I'll put and say yes to all and yes, and go to my browser, type in my website name, and I already had a link to week 5, so I'll click on week 5. I have my Robert Frost link, which takes me to my poets.org page, and there's the Yellowwood, and here's a picture of the Yellowwood. I'll close this now, come back to my poem, and continue to modify the page by adding some relative links. We've just added some absolute links, but that's going to happen in the next moving.